The eternal question every player faces: what should I grind? Which nation is the best choice to dominate the game? And most importantly, which nation is the fastest to grind? In this video, I'll break down the best strategies for choosing your path and making your grind as efficient as possible. You definitely don't want to miss this. As you may have already guessed, in my opinion, Sweden is the best nation to grind. But why exactly Sweden? What makes it the perfect choice? Let's break it down. Let's start with why we even grind nations. Most players aim to reach the top ranks, the highest tiers of vehicles which are considered the best in the game. So let's break down what Sweden's top tier vehicles have to offer. Let's start with the Swedish Leopard Strv 122B+. This tank is one of the best in the game. Its armor and design make it the most resilient tank, capable of withstanding almost anything. As you can see, the turret's frontal armor is around 700 millimeters, which makes it virtually immune to any shell penetration. No tank in the game can penetrate the front of this Leopard's turret. The hull also features excellent armor. The upper frontal plate is nearly impossible to penetrate. However, the lower frontal plate is a weak spot, and it can be penetrated just like any other tank. The tank is further complemented by excellent mobility and a powerful shell. In the end, you get an impenetrable, mobile, and comfortable tank that performs effectively in any situation. On the screen, you can see gameplay of the Swedish Leopard Strv 122B+, and it's clear that this tank is incredibly versatile. It's not just about charging forward. This tank allows for a wide range of tactics. You can play aggressively, pushing into the enemy lines, or you can be more tactical, using terrain for cover and repositioning to get the perfect shot. One of the key strengths of the Leopard Strv 122B+ is its armor. The front of the turret and hull are extremely tough, making it forgiving of many mistakes. Even if you miscalculate your positioning or make a small error in timing, the tank can usually take a hit and keep fighting. This gives you a lot more room for error compared to other tanks, especially when you're in the thick of battle. However, while the Leopard Strv 122B+ is forgiving of your own mistakes, it's ruthless when it comes to punishing your enemies. Its powerful shell and great accuracy mean that any opponent who mispositions or fails to take cover properly will quickly find themselves on the receiving end of a devastating shot. This is where the tank really shines. It punishes mistakes, and when you get the upper hand, you'll take full advantage. The mobility of this tank is another huge advantage. It allows you to change positions quickly, whether it's to take a better shot or to reposition after a successful strike. You're not stuck in one spot, and that flexibility gives you a tactical edge, allowing you to adapt to the flow of the battle. In conclusion, the Leopard Strv 122B+ is a well-rounded tank that excels in both survivability and damage dealing. With its excellent armor, great shell, and mobility, it offers a comfortable and effective playstyle that can adapt to any situation. It's the perfect choice for players who want a tank that can handle mistakes, punish opponents, and stay competitive in any engagement. As for the other Leopards, while they are a bit worse in some aspects, overall they are very similar to the Strv 122B+. There's really no need to go into too much detail about them, since the differences are minimal and don't significantly change the overall playstyle or effectiveness. As for the vehicles you'll encounter during the grind, there isn't much interesting tech at the lower tiers. First and second ranks don't offer anything too special. However, starting from rank 3, you'll get to play the Soviet T-34 and the German P-74, both of which perform quite well in the game and can hold their own in battles. At rank 4, we encounter 3 very interesting vehicles: the Soviet T-34-85, the Bcon-1C, and the Soviet BMP-1 without the ATGM. All of these vehicles are very enjoyable to play and make farming quite effortless. The Bcon-1C in particular will bring you a lot of joy thanks to its high explosive shells, which can easily wipe out enemies, and its reload time of just 3 seconds, making it incredibly effective in battle. At rank 5, we have the Soviet T-54, the ZSU-57-2, the Strv 101, and the Strv 103A. Overall, all of these tanks are decent, and I don't want to stretch the video by going into detail about each one. I'll just say that I felt really comfortable playing with all of them. But the Strv 103A is one of the most unique vehicles in the game. While it's not the best in terms of gameplay, it's definitely a fun and quirky experience that will bring you a lot of enjoyment. At rank 6, we have the solid T-55M, the T-72M1, the Strv 105, and a modified Gepard. As for premium vehicles, I'd recommend the Strv 121B Christian II, which performs really well at the 10.7 BR. Well, let's move on to aviation. Honestly, there aren't too many interesting planes here. The first 4 ranks don't offer much, and the planes are mostly forgettable. They're all somewhat less playable. At rank 5, we get the first Swedish jets, the J-29, A-29, J-21, and A-21. These planes are very similar in gameplay, and this is the rank that will be the hardest to get through. Moving on to rank 6, we have the J-29 and J-32. Of these, only the J-32 performs decently, the aircraft with a good cannon and FIR's air-to-air missile. Rank 7 gives us a range of great aircraft, the Viggen, Draken, and MiG-21. Every one of these planes is worth your attention and comfortable to play. However, the Viggen has somewhat weaker missiles, so I'd recommend focusing on the MiG-21 for this rank. And finally, at rank 8, we have 2 Viggens with mediocre missiles and 2 Gripens. As for premium aircraft, I'd recommend the Viggen and Draken. Both planes perform quite well at their respective battle ratings. Now, let's talk about the Gripen, one of the best aircraft in the game. It's small, fast, and incredibly agile, making it a real nightmare for opponents. With its sleek design and impressive maneuverability, it excels in both dogfights and hit-and-run tactics. The Gripen is equipped with 4 AEM-120 missiles and 2 AEM-9M missiles. While its missile loadout might not seem massive compared to some other planes, it's more than enough to hold your own in air combat. The key here is its ability to quickly reposition and outmaneuver enemies, which makes it deadly in the right hands. In air battles, it's a joy to fly. Fast, responsive, and deadly with its precise missile strikes. So, what do we have here? One of the best planes in the game and the best tank in the game. Isn't that the answer to the question of which nation is the best to grind? Sweden is not difficult to progress through, as it doesn't have a bunch of useless or unplayable vehicles. On every rank, you'll find vehicles that are comfortable to play. When it comes to aircraft, there aren't too many, so you'll grind much faster than with any other nation due to the smaller number of planes. Plus, in the next update, the FA-18 will be added, and it'll be available for Sweden too. This nation is perfect for newcomers. As for other nations, their top-tier vehicles have their downsides. For example, the Abrams can be penetrated almost everywhere. Soviet tanks are quite sluggish. Leclercs and Type 90s are vulnerable and have their own set of weaknesses. The Challengers are very slow. And as for Israel, well, let's just say it's not looking too good there. The Gripen is the perfect balance among all the planes. It strikes the ideal mix between maneuverability and armament. With excellent nose-mounted guns, a wide variety of pylons, and impressive performance stats, it sits right in the sweet spot compared to other aircraft. Well, that brings us to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. Good luck, everyone.